So, my name's Kaleb. I'm 16 years old. I am very active on everything. I do not like to sit still at all. I like to keep on moving. I'm very active with dance. I do a lot of extracurricular activities for my church, and then I'm from a family of 9, so that obviously keeps me busy. And so, yeah, that would be my life. So the reason I came is because January, I started experiencing some very painful lower back pain. And I had 3 years prior had my growth plates restricted in my left leg to stop my growth because my left leg had grown 4 centimeters more than the other one. And so they had to stop it so that my back would level out. And so I was experiencing the same pain. Again, so we went to the orthopedic, and he told me that I had 3 choices. I could just deal with it and then start falling apart when I turned 40, or they could break my left leg and put a bar and pull the bones together and to shrink it, or they could stimulate growth in my right leg through needles and electrodes, fun stuff like that. And so he gave me those 3 choices, and he said, but if the pain does get worse, then you're probably gonna have to stop dancing, which I did not like at all. And so I went to my pastor's wife, and she recommended chiropractic. She recommended Dr. Betts, because she had seen him. I don't know if she's still seeing him, but I know she had seen him prior, and so she had recommended him. So yeah, that's fine. I really noticed it after the first visit. I noticed that everything started changing right after about that first or second adjustment. Is that I was able to eat more, I was able to sleep more, I could breathe, I could balance more for dance. There's so many things that just started to work out, and that I didn't notice that. I was like, oh, you can actually do this. I hadn't noticed that actually worked. And so yeah, it was very quickly. It wasn't in about 2 months you'll feel it, but it was very all of a sudden that I started to feel a difference. A lot of, because with dancing your body's on display for 24/7, is that the technique is through your body. It's not through a machine. It's not through a machine, or it's not through a piece of cloth all the time. It's your body. And so there are a lot of things where your hips have to be level, and they have to be even when your leg is extending, you have to have your hip drop, and it has to be this kind of unlocking mechanism. It just relaxes and the leg goes up. And my hips weren't doing that because they were so off kilter. So I definitely noticed that the gracefulness in my technique definitely changed in that, and that also the balance and the flexibility, because to just any stretch that involved in using my hips, it was very hard because they were so off. They were, I think, an inch or so off when I first started. And so yeah, it did help a lot in that respect. Oh yeah, I tell my friends all the time, and it's kind of funny because if they say something's going wrong, I'm like, you need to go to a chiropractor, and they're like, my dishwasher broke, and the fuck I know. And I'm like, okay, well, that probably won't, but you still should go, because I have seen such a dramatic change in everything that yeah, I would say that all my friends have been told me to go, because I see, especially because y'all don't just adjust, you explain, which is very nice because I like to be taught on why. And so when he gave me that chart, I'm like, if these 5 are off, then these are symptoms that you can have, and if these are, then this is what you can have. And then there's so many things that people don't realize that will go wrong if your back is out of line. And so yeah, I definitely